In today's video, we will be looking at a new release from Klein Tools, which is the Klein D53010 10-inch plier wrench. For those of you who know that Knipex is years have gone by since they came out with this style plier wrench, and yeah, now it just seems like everyone's jumping on the old bandwagon. Just about every tool company on the planet is starting to make a plier wrench from Icon. I think I even saw a crescent version of this, and yeah, this is Klein's latest version of it. This particular one, like I said, 10-inch handle. The actual opening, they're calling that 2 inches max opening. 20 adjustable points, parallel, and V-jaw. We'll get into that a little bit later, but apparently this jaw right here, you can flip it around and makes it more of a plier style or a pipe wrench type deal. And yeah, made in the USA, so you get another bonus for that one. So yeah, let's flip the camera down, take a close look at these things, maybe do a little on the bench testing with them, and see how everything works out. Now, all right, these are them in the package here. Really not much to see. You got the proud made in the USA badge on it, the global components. All right, and yeah, little QR code for instructions, I guess. So let's get them out of the bag. That wasn't too bad. So basically the concept here is that you're taking yourself some slip joint pliers. These are Snap-on or Blue Point. I don't remember. The markings are worn off. And you're taking yourself an adjustable wrench. These two kind of get together, make a bastard child, and that's what you're ending up here with these Kleins. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, everyone's kind of doing their own little spin on this style wrench. These are actually Knipex ones that I bought years ago. I believe that says Blue Point ADP 7 is what they're saying. And the funny thing is with these, they actually put the Knipex logo on them. So either when Blue Point was selling these, Knipex said, hey, you got to put our logo on it if you want to sell them, even if you put your name on them, or it was just, hey, you know, these are Knipex, so buy these because they're not cheap knockoffs. Best I'm guessing, but yeah. So I mean, these ones I've had, like I said, for a couple of dozen years actually, and yeah, they come in handy. Good for little hydraulic fittings. I mean, these are mostly plumbing tools, but I mean, they're good for little hydraulic fittings that you kind of getting into, and you know, you don't a little too tight for the fingers to loosen up, so you kind of stick on there because you know the threads are all dirty. But yeah, these came in handy over the years, which is leading up to these guys right here. And like I said, I've seen these come out. I first seen these a couple of months ago. I'm not sure how long they've been out, but they were being advertised as new, so I'm assuming they're new. Out of the box, not even really looking at them too much yet. I do like the handles. I like a handle that indexes in your hand the way it's supposed to be in your hand. And it's got this little bump right here. It kind of digs into the hollow part of your hand, and it gives you a little piece for your hand to grab onto. Not bad. As far as the jaw action goes, there's a bunch of oil on there that I don't want to get all over my hand, so let me clean that. Alright, I got my Brunt work boot spank towel. Let's get rid of all that extra oil. And there you go. I don't have to worry about cleaning my hands later. You got some graduations. Hopefully you can see them. Yes, you can. On the side here, letting you know, I guess, approximately what size you're dealing with. I'm not sure if that's probably be with this, with the jaws closed, I guess. We'll figure that out later. They were claiming 2 inches on the packaging. You see with the tape measure here. I'm trying to help you, Klein. I'm not seeing 2 inches. I'm not sure where they get that 2-inch number. This is 1 7/8 at the best, and at that point in time, this wrench is basically basically useless as far as gripping on things. 1 3/4 is their highest graduation, so I think probably 1 3/4 would be what we're talking. And even then, you're kind of at the limits as far as the gription goes. Now, the trick that these things do that the other ones I've seen don't do is that apparently this jaw right here is reversible. And without practicing, you take it to the end of the stroke. And apparently this comes out somehow. I watched the instructional video and I'm still struggling here. I'm sure it's one of those things once you figure it out, it's easy. Hello? Oh, there we go. Sorta. All right. Okay. Definitely wouldn't call that easy. And apparently this side goes back into here. Somehow. Maybe it's one of those things you got to break it in to get it to do it right. I swear to God, I'm a mechanic. I do this stuff for a living. Why is it like that? There you go. It's just that easy, folks. Maybe it's one of those things you got to practice at to get it to do it right. It's not very intuitive as to how this is done, even after watching the video. I think you can. There we go. That's the trick. You kind of ying it in there like that on an angle, and then you get the adjustment. You're welcome, Klein, because your video sucks on how to do this. So it's kind of more of a pivoting style motion. So out and then in. Okay. All right. As I said, it's kind of a little fiddly when you first get it, but once you kind of get the concept, it's not too bad. Still not great, but it's not too bad as far as the reversible jaw goes. All right, we'll leave that for now. So let's clear the field and get some actual plumbing parts in here. You know, if you spend a whole bunch of money at the fireworks store and then later on that day with the same credit card you buy a bunch of plumbing parts, I'm betting I'm on some kind of watch list right now. But yeah, let's see how they grip up on actual plumbing fittings. So what I got here is just a stack of 3/4 inch and 1/2 inch style plumbing parts, and we're going to stick this here little cap on this pipe. And I got my Blue Point rebranded. Actually, it's not Blue Point, that's Snap-on PWZ2 pipe wrench that I've had for years, which I know for a fact will not let go of things when you're wrenching on them. So let's get these jaws open here. Stick the pipe in there. Let's crank them down. I'm actually putting them on the wrong side here. Switch hands. Still feel like I'm kind of giving a little something up with the grip here. One more notch. I don't want those nubs. There we go. That is a pretty good grip. Tighten these up a little bit. These are actually starting to slip. Yeah, they hold pretty good. Not bad at all. So that was the pipe wrench jaws. Let's try the more adjustable wrench style jaws. And that was, I think once you get the technique on these, you're kind of, kind of makes life a little bit easier on you. So we got ourselves a half-inch to 3/4 adapter, and then a 1/2-inch plug here. And I'm going to put that right up on the 1/2-inch line and see how the gription actually is. It's actually not bad right there. One thing I will say, whenever you have parallel jaws like this, if you kind of, hold on, let me grab a bolt. Alright, so we got a big old bolt here. We obviously have 2 parallel flats. And we got the actual wrench here. Click that up a couple of notches. A couple of less notches. And then kind of grip down on it, and I'll grab the flashlight. Put it on a low setting, and then we're looking for a light coming between the jaws and the bolt. See a little bit kind of on this end. I don't know if you can see that on camera. That's actually not too bad. And on the dynamic jaw, I'm not seeing any light come through. So yeah, these jaws actually seem like they're fairly parallel. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, these not soft, but flat parallel jaws, these are nice for, if you got, you're replacing a toilet for Mrs. Johnson, and she's got that angle stop down there with a nice chrome finish on it. You don't want to quite be reefing on it with a set of pipe wrenches or pliers, and mar up the finish, and just keeps everything nice. So let's get back to the test at hand here. And we got the plug, 1/2-inch plug into the 3/4-inch adapter. And these guys don't fit. Let's go back to the old pipe wrench then. Grip down on that. And let's see how tight we can get these. And this is a good example of why these are nice, because if you had an adjustable wrench, you'd have to be constantly coming on and off it. Adjustable wrenches tend to loosen up as you use them. So let's put some torque on this guy. Because one of the worries I have with this is the fact that maybe the jaws won't stay closed, but yeah, I mean, that's about as much I can expect to get out of these things. I'm kind of going off camera because I'm putting a lot on them. Here, stick it on my belly. Oh, heck yeah. That is plenty of grip. Yeah. Not bad at all. So that's about it as far as these go. I'm actually really surprised at how they get so much grip with this little, rotary motion to reciprocating motion, I guess we'll call it. And yeah, it's a cool little mechanism, and I can see why everyone's kind of ripping it off now, as far as making these style pliers. But man, as far as the actual mechanism to release it, it's one of those things where, you can see, I'm kind of getting better at it now. It's just, you got to get a feel for it. Plus the fact that it's brand new, I'm kind of thinking might be contributing to the fact that it's a little difficult to move in and out. Yeah, a little hard on it at first, but kind of once you get the idea of how it works, again, I said it's more of a rotate and in and a rotate and out. Yeah, not too bad. So there we go. That is the Klein 10-inch plier wrench is what we're calling these things. Yeah, seemed decent enough, aside from the little problems I was having getting the jaw flipped around, which was mostly user error on my behalf. But once I kind of got the technique down, it's not too bad coming coming on and off with that jaw there. It's kind of interesting seeing Klein, which is more known as an electrician's tool company, kind of delving into the more plumber stuff. But yeah, I mean, as far as, you know, Knipex to the Kleins, I mean, these Knipex that I've had for 20 years, just silky smooth. I mean, fit and finish on these things is great. I did get off the Snap-on truck, so I probably could have bought 2 of these for what I paid for these little guys. But yeah, and I'm assuming, you know, if everything is still just as good with Knipex, the Knipex version of this size wrench is probably just a little bit better as far as fit and finish. But you don't always necessarily need the best tools, just the one that works most of the time you can get away with. And yeah, I think these will do just fine in the old tool arsenal I got there out in the truck. So yeah, I'll throw a link to these down in the description of the video. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the old comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you. And yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. There you go.